So, what we're going to talk about today is a pretty glaring issue. And I know somewhere out there, Taliesin is just screaming at his monitor because I'm going to look in this forbidden book. I know, it's Chronicle, right? This super duper hyper all true canon book of nothing but factual information. Even though it can tell me where the Emerald Dream came from, it can tell me how light and void supposedly collided to birth the universe, but it can't explain to me where the Shadowlands came from, and it doesn't mention Argus the Unmaker either. That's probably just a coincidence. Anyway, and again, both of these Chronicle novels in certain aspects they do, but they mostly don't really line up with what is seemingly the truth of what we're about to witness. And I've been saying for a very long time that I don't think that these books, specifically the first one, and specifically stuff that pertains to the first couple chapters, is entirely true. And in fact, in Chronicle Volume 3, I just took a picture of it. There's a little excerpt on Sylvanas about the Wrathgate. In the first fucking thing it says is, like most good lies, Sylvanas Windrunner's account of the rebellion in the Undercity contained some truth. So when you are reading these books, the best lies often contain at least a little bit of truth. But I do honestly think that Chronicle is lying to you about the origin story of the universe. Like, I don't think that the way that it has it lined up is true. I think that it's very vague. It doesn't tell us the order in which the Pantheons even woke up. It doesn't tell us about Argus the Unmaker at all. And again, this is simply, that cannot be an accident. Chronicle Volume 1, Chapter 1 Mythos, the very beginning to the Chronicle series. And one of the biggest points of contention for my theories, because I don't think that what this book is telling you is entirely true. And I think that it's pretty misleading. Chronicle, again, I know some people meme on me for not trusting this book, but I think that it's a bad idea to blindly trust anything. I think that there are certain things that are meant to be taken literally, and there are certain things that are meant to be interpreted, and they're supposed to be thought about. And I think that Blizzard has done an excellent job at making that the case with Chronicle. And I think I'm going to do a video explaining fully why I don't exactly trust Chronicle, because there are some things in this book that actually kind of hint at the fact that maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah.
So does this mean Chronicle is canon?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, Chronicle is something that we worked on, all of us together going through the Warcraft's history. But the thing to remember about Chronicle that I want you to think about is that, even any history, even something that's as encyclopedic as Chronicle, is written from a certain point of view. And if you look at the history of Azeroth that was contained in there, and even what it talked about in terms of the cosmos and things like that, whose point of view would that have been from? Well, that's right, the Titans' point of view, and the people who worked for the Titans, because they ordered so much of Azeroth and what it is. But there's a lot of other perspectives. If you look at the section of Chronicle that talks about the Black Empire was this huge swath of history, but the Titans only give it a few pages, from that point of view in this book. So there's other things in that kind of happened behind the scenes in Chronicle, or were hinted at in Chronicle, that you'll find expanded as we go into the Shadowlands and explore that cosmology even more.
So, let's talk about Chronicle, shall we? And yes, the guy yelling Titans from the crowd is me. Today I want to talk to you guys about World of Warcraft Chronicle. And I kind of want to take this opportunity, even though I told myself that I wasn't going to say it, I'm going to say it. I fucking told you so, okay? I have literally been the progenitor of the idea that this fucking book, and there's 3 of them, by the way, but specifically the first part of the first book was written in the perspective of the Titans and is heavily and inherently biased and unfair and probably even a little bit inaccurate. And as you just learned, it's written in a perspective. And so those things are true. And I have been ridiculed, and I've been made fun of by other content creators. Taliesin. And you know what? Today, I get to finally say, I told you so. Because, Chronicle It is what it is. Here's the thing. I wanted to talk about this, not to just say, oh, I was right, or whatever. Because there's a lot of people that have very quickly become upset at this new information coming to light, that it is apparently written in the perspective of the Titans. Okay. Here's the thing. He mentions, when the question is asked by the lovely Evitel, that it's a history. And that's very important. Because this concept that Chronicle is written as a history is not new. In fact, I'll show you on the screen here, it's actually the first thing written in Chronicle. It's something that is very heavily glossed over, but when you read with suspicion, when you read with critical thinking and critical intent, you will find that in Chronicle, they were kind of hinting at this the entire time. The very preface of Chronicle, which is written by Chris Metzen himself, one of the OGs of WoW lore, some would say the OG of WoW lore, this is what it says. And I'm going to put up a version on the screen that has the really important parts highlighted. And I want you guys to listen to this. It's been amazing to watch the Warcraft universe grow and take shape over the past 20 years or so. What started out as a relatively simple game setting has become a lasting, vibrant world in its own right, one that is visited daily by millions of players from all around the globe. The world of Azeroth has been shaped by hundreds of craftsmen, designers, artists, and writers since its earliest inception. It is the product of many talented hands and many passionate voices, all bent toward creating a world so rich in detail, theme, and characterization that, well, you'd want to pull on your +6 boots of butt kicking and give your all to defend it. At the core of it all lies a real sense of ... history, which is italicized. I want to throw out there that when you put italics on something, it's often meant to add additional emphasis to the meaning of the word. So when you see the word history brought up here, and especially when it's italicized, and especially when it's led into the italics by ... they're adding a heavy and intentional emphasis to the words that are being said. The overarching story of Warcraft is a vast, intertwining patchwork of myths, legends, and world-shaking events that ultimately contextualize the players' heroic efforts in the ever-expanding world they share. 20 years of storytelling, tens of thousands of moments, characters, races, and monsters, all forming dense strata of concepts and ideas over time. This book, this Chronicle, is meant to bring it all together and reinforce the overarching narrative that lies at Warcraft's heart. Writing this was an opportunity to unite the frayed story ends and smooth out the rough edges of this fictional history. Ultimately, this grand and super nerdy editorial undertaking gives us an amazing perspective on Warcraft's recurring themes and conflicts, how societies often clash before seeing a common humanity in each other, how earnest, well-intentioned heroes can often succumb to temptations of power, how failing to take responsibility for mistakes of the past can lead to calamity in the present. These are just a few of the motifs that form the common thread of Azeroth's great history, expressed across disparate cultures, factions, and individuals over mythic spans of time. Cycles within cycles. It's from this top-down view that we can more clearly see the dangerous yet glorious horizons ahead. And even in the face of all of this ... italicized history ... I'm fairly certain that the adventure is just beginning. You see, Chris Metzen was trying to tell you something when you read this critically, and you put more thought into it other than, oh, look at this nice little wholesome message by Chris Metzen. He was trying to hint at the history of it. And as Morgard, as his Twitter, I'm going to refer to him as his Twitter handle, or Steve, refers to in his answer, it is history. Most all histories are written from the perspective, usually of the victor, the one who has been most successful. That is not to say that it's completely awash then. It's not to say that you should completely disregard everything Chronicle says. No, that's not the point. The point is that it's meant to be read in question and with critical thought. And it's meant to have different interpretations. And it's not supposed to just tell you the whole answer at face value. This is literally the crux of why I do speculation. Because you're told one thing, and then through observation and trial and seeking a deeper meaning, you can have it revealed to you that it's not as true as it may seem, or it perhaps isn't what it seems at face value. Because many people have already taken this as it's Blizzard's opportunity to use this as an excuse to change their lore. No. It was already written in the book that it was a history. This isn't something Blizzard just came up with so that they can alter things. This is what I've been trying to tell the people, and a lot of you are on board with this. That's okay. And if you don't agree, I don't blame you for not agreeing. I'm just saying, give me the chance to show you what I've been trying to tell you. This whole point is that it's meant to reveal to you that you have to do a little bit of digging to see the truth. And it gives Blizzard not the opportunity to rewrite their lore, that it will change, that it can change, and being cynical about it. Stop being cynical and take it as an opportunity to read into the book at a deeper level and try to identify where you're being misled or where you're being given horrifically biased perspectives because it's written by the Titans. This is so interesting. This is unique. This makes, in my opinion, this makes Chronicle even more valuable, especially as a speculative piece of content, because you can take this knowledge and you can use it to uncover more. This is what people haven't been doing. Following by the book does not get you interesting speculation. And that's not necessarily true. I mean, it can, but in the grand scheme of things, I think that it's going to turn out that there are going to be some big surprises. Obviously, it's okay that there's surprises. That's great. Really, the point that I'm getting at is there are things in here that are meant to mislead you. And it was written in such a way that that is the case. I see a lot of people out there saying, oh, Pyromancer, how does it feel that you went to BlizzCon and the Shadowlands confirmed all your theories? No, it didn't. And I'd appreciate it if people don't say that, because I don't think that. I don't think that it confirmed all my theories. And when you go around and you say that all my theories are not confirmed, it kind of gives off the vibe that I think that. And I don't think that. I think that would be incredibly arrogant to think that all my shit is just confirmed. No, it certainly is not. But you know one thing that I did hold out on solely while massive portions of the lore community shit on me for not trusting everything in the book because I said that it was biased, and because I said that it was written from a perspective, and there's information that's intentionally left out of this book completely on purpose. I got shit on for that. And this discussion, this question that Evatel brought up, and I'm super glad that she did, gave me the opportunity as I was there to shout Titans, to actually shout it out. And who knows, if I didn't say it, who knows if they would have actually even revealed it. I just want to say, for those of you that supported me through all that shit, thank you. Because it feels especially vindicating to see it come to light now. And I've seen also people saying, oh, I'm sure that Blizzard is taking Pyromancer's ideas. No, do me a favor and do Blizzard a favor and just give a little bit of credit. Give some credit to Blizzard for putting this together, and maybe give a little bit of credit to me for seeing it. Instead of just saying they're just taking my ideas and changing their canon books so that they can change their lore, maybe you're wrong. Maybe it actually does run deep. Maybe the lore actually does run deep. I just wanted to say this, because I'm hoping I'm not coming off too negative, because I'm excited about this. I'm excited to reread through Chronicle and try to identify even more things that are implicitly biased or lacking the full scope in perspective, and things that may flat out just not be true. Things that are underlying and hidden under the writing. And I really think that if you have access to this book, you should do the same. And I hope that other content creators follow suit, because I've been trying to say this for like 2.5, almost 3 years that this shit was the case. for so long. I have videos so old I can't even remember that I was saying it, that I didn't trust the book. So it is what it is. I get the perspective of some that say they feel like they kind of got duped by Blizzard. This isn't new. It was written in the preface, and if you pay close enough attention, it's identifiable anyway through the reading. And when you take the information in the book and contrast it and compare it with other canon works of literature, and you compare it with things in the game, it becomes quite evident that a lot of the shit in here, specifically in Chronicle Volume 1, and specifically in regards to the origins of the universe and the ordering of Azeroth, is not entirely true. It's not all there. It is not a whole perspective. It is biased. And I think that information, like the origins of the Shadowlands, are being intentionally left out. I think the awakening of the Titans is also misleading, considering it says the first Titan who awoke, according to legend, was Aman'Thul. Please don't feel like I'm talking at you. That I'm trying to like preach to you. I fucking love you guys. For those that were willing to go against the grain and question things a little bit and kind of journey with me to kind of put myself out there and put yourselves out there and undergo such ridicule for it and have it turn around and be correct. It doesn't get much better than that. So thank you guys for that. I'll finish this video by saying, if you didn't notice, I'm in a new room. Same house, but I got a formal office space again. And you will see decorations showing up in certain places in the room over time. And I hope that you guys enjoy seeing that. So with that all being said, you guys, I'm just going to leave it there. I don't think that I have much more to say about Chronicle. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do hit the like button. If you're new to my channel, please hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate that. Guys, the best way to support me and know that I'm doing a good job, and also to help me conquer the world, is to help me hit 100,000 subs and hit the like button on videos. So thank you guys for that. If you guys don't know, I do have a Twitter and a Twitch. There'll be links to those down in the description below. Twitch has been amazing. These last several streams have been outstanding, and I cannot thank you guys enough for that. Lastly, in the description down below, you'll find a link to my Patreon page where you can throw a couple bucks my way per month if you want to help support me, my channel, and this content. With that all being said, I appreciate you guys very much. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay awesome. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Peace.